Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Uh, I hope you are doing very well. Okay, I am Shakil CS, B.Ed first year student, Aligarh Muslim University, Malappuram Center. This is our coordinator, Dr. Said Hayat Basha Sir channel. Please support by subscribing and like and share. Okay, today I will discuss with you Rabindranath Tagore and his philosophy of education. First of all, I will start with a famous quote. The highest education is that which does not merely give us information, but make us our life in harmony with all existence, by Rabindranath Tagore. Okay, in this presentation, I will discuss with you a brief introduction of Rabindranath Tagore and brief life sketch. Then Rabindranath Tagore major works, Tagore's philosophy of life, educational view of Tagore, then principles of Tagore's educational philosophy, and last reference. So let's start. Rabindranath Tagore was born on May 6, 1861, Calcutta. He was the 40th child to his father is Maharshi Devanandan and mother Sarada Devi. He was called as the modern Indian saint and Gurudev, and he received his early education at home, and he sent to St. Xavier School, Calcutta. He was unable to adjust the dead routine and lifeless teaching of educational institutions. By the nature of Tagore, he was a good poet and dramatic novelist, actor, painter, and prophet, and musician, and sculptor, and educationalist. So this is a brief introduction about Rabindranath Tagore. Next, brief life text. I will just reading the brief life sketch of Rabindranath Tagore. In 1877, Tagore went to England to study law, but he returned in the year. So this period he learned so many. He learned English language and literature. So this is make a wonderful experience in England. So next, in 1901, Tagore established school at Bolpur, and 1909 Tagore published his famous work Gitanjali, and 1913 Tagore was awarded the Nobel Prize for the literature, and 1915 British government Tagore made a Tagore Knight, and 1919 Tagore renounced the title as per the protest against Jallianwala Bagh massacre. In 1921, the school became the famous Vishwabharat, an international university, and the last Tagore passed away in August 17 in 1941. So this is a brief life sketch of Rabindranath Tagore. Next, the Rabindranath Tagore major works. I will just read the famous work. The Mystery of Child Under the Heartless Education System, Shiksha or Herfer, and the Parentics Training, Shiksha Samaya, and Gitanjali, Gora and the religion of man, Sadhana, and the Serpent Moon and Fruit Gathering. These are the major work of Rabindranath Tagore. Next, Tagore's philosophy of life. So we know that Rabindranath Tagore, he was a naturalist, an idealist, and spiritualist, and pragmatist, and individualist, and humanist, and internationalist. So these are the major Tagore philosophy of life, philosophy of life. First, the humanism. He said that I have a great faith in humanity. So adopting social service as a method of teaching for imparting civics, geography, and natural science, the the humanism, the education, he give a social, he in the opinion of Tagore, is a social service and the education for human generation. So this is a humanism of Rabindranath Tagore. Second is naturalism. In the opinion of Rabindranath Tagore, the nature love, nature lover, and there was an underlying harmony between lives and nature. So he connected the lives and nature, and nature as a powerful agency for the moral and spiritual development of the child, uh, and natural walks to mind and body active. Next is spiritualism or idealism. Spiritualism and idealism. The belief in spiritual unity of man. He believed in the spiritual unity of man. It is the development of spiritual power and divine potentials, a great faith in absolute value and truth and goodness and beauty. So next is individualism. Individualism is everyone has a right to shape his life. Each child is an ambassador of God. The individual guides to peoples and emphasize individual development. So there's a viewpoint of individualism. The next is internationalism. The synthesis between East and West. The internationalism was spiritual in natural and should break down the barriers between cultures and religious and viewpoints, political system, and he believed in universal humanity. The next is pragmatism. We know the pragmatism, what is mean, the learning by doing. So he against in rote memorization and practice training the method and emphasizing learning by doing, learning through the experience. So this is a pragmatism of Rabindranath Tagore. Next is educational views. The Rabindranath Tagore have a great views about education. So the Tagore was dissatisfied with the existing system of education because it ignore our own customs and traditions and conventions and manners and ideology and morals and ideas. And in the its education is stressed only the intellectual side and ignoring all other aspects of humanism. So he was not able to adjust himself to the dead routine and lifeless teaching of the school. So this is the major educational views of Rabindranath Tagore. And next is the important points, the principles of Tagore's education philosophy. We can see the some category. One there is a four category. The Rabindranath Tagore philosophy of education. The principle of Tagore's education philosophy. One is freedom and creative self-experience and active communication with nature and man, and internationalism. Let's move. One is freedom. Freedom, what do you mean freedom? Freedom, giving children maximum freedom to display their emotional outbreaks and feelings, etc. By the freedom to learn from children's own experience, and education should be natural in a content and quality. So, and education has is it not only meaning and object in freedom, the freedom from the ignoring about the laws of universe, and freedom from and by in opinion freedom is freedom from passion and prejudice in our communication with the human world. So this is a major point of about freedom. Next is creative self-expressions. For the education, whole man is emotional and sense must also develop along with the intellectual, and so he promoting arts and craft and music and drawing and dramatic, etc. Education should develop all capacity of children's, and children's real ability to ability and skills and thought and feeling cannot be shown in a mere language of words. So the some children may express their excellence through the creative works. When the heart and hand work with head, there will be a completeness in education. So this is the creative expressions. The next is active communication with natural and man. So first is communication with natural. So Tagore's believe it. Tagore's want to education to be impart in the midst of natural. So we can see we supporting so many nature, and he a naturalist, and he said that the students learning our experience with natural. So the natural lead to expansions of soul, the expressions of the self through the communication with nature is essential for the spiritual upliftment and revelation of divinity. So this is a communication with nature. Next is communication with man. The Tagore believes that man is a social animal. Man has to live in a group and practice a social values. We should have the gift to be natural with natural, and with nature, and human with a human society. Tagore's humanity goes too far beyond the limits of one's national. So he promoting the humanities. So the human can change the world with the services and social relation and communication with others. So he believing the communication with man is a powerful tool with for the changing of the world. So next is internationalism. We already explained the internationalism before the slide. So he believed in the unity and diversity of nations. He had deep faith in unity of mankind and emphasizing universal brotherhood and peaceful coexistence. And education should kindle the feeling our oneness in children. Tagore insisted on education to develop the spiritual unity in the nation. So here the east and west could meet in a unity and peace and understanding. This is the internationalism. So these are the major principles of Tagore's education philosophy. I hope you are understanding very well. And next is reference. I made my presentation based on the reference. So thank you for listening my words. Assalamu alaikum.